Hey, welcome to Make It Funny, where I take your suggestions and I make them funny. If you would like to leave a suggestion for to make funny, put it in the comments and I guarantee. All right. Today's suggestion comes from Valentino Farfan, who's at Abstract Art is Stupid, whose suggestion is the Mona Lisa. Everyone talks about the Mona Lisa being the greatest painting of all time. They also talk about how magical it is to see it in person. I'll tell you what, the Mona Lisa is amazing in the fact that she has no eyebrows. Yeah, no wonder I don't think people realize when they're looking at it, but they're having a visceral reaction to a woman without eyebrows. Yeah, I get it. It was the fashion at the time. It's not the fashion now, but I guess a lot of people, when they go to the Louvre and they look at the Mona Lisa, they're like, I don't know why, but this is really doing something to me. It's so moving. Look at her eyes just follow you all around. Of course they follow you around because she's got no eyebrows. Your brain doesn't know what to do. The brain is like, this does not make sense. The eyebrows need to be there. I know what I'll do to compensate. I'll just have her eyes follow you around. But here's another thing about the Mona Lisa. Yeah, feel free to leave comments going, you're stupid, you don't know about art, you're dumb, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I'm the kind of guy who thinks Pollock is a hack. I said it. Maybe this will get this video up to a whole 25 views. They say you got to say controversial stuff to be popular nowadays. You know what else is weird about the Mona Lisa? You might not know this, is covered in jizz. What, Dave? What did you just say? Well, think about it. Napoleon took the Mona Lisa for himself for 2 years and hung it up in the same room where he was fucking mistresses to get back at his cheating wife. And you don't think that at least one time, they say, what do they say about hotels? Do not bring a black light in there and start shining it around because you will see DNA in places where it doesn't seem it belongs. And you don't think one time Napoleon's got himself a little excited, he's jumping on the bed, he's having sex, and, she's doing stuff to him, and then he jerks off and DNA, Napoleon A, goes everywhere, including on the Mona Lisa. Which is probably when he was like, oh, well, that's gross. I better not touch it. You know what? I think I'll give it back to the Louvre at this point because I think I'm done. So there's that. Also, the Mona Lisa was stolen. Stolen by Vincenzo Perugia, who most of us who are in the know, we know him as Macaroni. He stole the Mona Lisa, and you don't think he jizzed all over the Mona Lisa? Why did he steal it? He was obsessed with her, most likely. What do men do when they're obsessed with women? They jizz all over them. That's what happens. He claims he had it in a box in the corner. Yeah, for 2 years or whatever, however long it was before he came forward. We know what was going on. Every night, he would light his candle. He'd put on his kerchief. You'd think he was about to start telling the night before Christmas, but then he'd pull down his pajamas and he'd jerk off all over the Mona Lisa. So I'm just saying, the next time you go to the Louvre, there's a reason it's covered in glass, and it's not to protect it from, children's fingerprints and the like. I'm sure there was a time. Why am I still holding this candle? Hope my house doesn't catch on fire. There was a time when somebody in the Louvre, when there wasn't a lot of people around, was like, you know what I think I'm going to do? And that's when they're like, oh no, that's third time Fool me once, Napoleon, shame on me. Fool me twice, Vincenzo, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, person who just decides to jerk off in the middle of the Louvre. We got to put some glass around this thing, is what I'm saying. So there you go. I've ruined the Mona Lisa for you. Good night.